All right, and we are all set. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, welcome to Think Legal. We're really happy to have you here with us today. And we are going to tell you some really great information about the School of Arts and Sciences Newark and all the programs that we have to offer for those of you who may be interested in law school or pursuing a career in the legal field after graduation. So let's first introduce ourselves so you know who is talking with you today. My name is Spencer Carrion. I am one of the assistant deans in the School of Arts and Sciences Newark, and I specifically help with our recruitment and community engagement. So for those of you in the audience, I'm sure you've gotten a bunch of emails from me. You'll probably get a bunch more, but I promise it's good, exciting stuff. Lots of information you're going to want to know for the future semesters. And with me today, I have two of my colleagues. Let's start with Ms. Syed, and then we'll pass it over to Dean Filens. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves? Oh, there you are. I think you were muted.
Yeah, my computer froze for a second. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all. Good afternoon, almost evening. I'm Mrs. Syed. I am one of the academic advisors. I work with the Office of Academic Services, but I also am really fortunate to be a part of the PreProfessional Services team. So I specialize in pre-law advisement. So any students who are on the pre-law path, or even they just have questions and thinking about it, I'm the one that connects with them. And it's always a pleasure, to work with students who are especially interested in pre-law. So I hopefully look forward to connecting with some of you in the future. And I'm excited to hear what questions you have today.
Well, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chaz Filens. I'm the Assistant Dean for PreProfessional Services. So aside from our amazing pre-law advisement that we also offer pre-health, pre-law, pre-engineering, all the pre-professions that you could possibly think of and getting you to the next level. So I'm excited to be here, and hopefully you all enjoy the presentation that Dean Carrion and Mrs. Syed are going to put together for you. So enjoy.
Awesome. Thank you both. So before we talk more specifically about pre-law related items, I wanted to make sure everyone who was attending here today had an understanding of what the School of Arts and Sciences Newark as a whole was all about. Some of you may have come to our admitted student days or come to some of our other SASN prospective or admitted student events throughout the school year so far. So I'm sorry if I'm giving you a little bit of a refresher on some of that information for those of you who have come to our events before. But for the rest of you all here, the School of Arts and Sciences Newark, you'll hear us refer to as SASN. We use a lot of acronyms, but that's what SASN means, has two undergraduate colleges within it. One of them is called University College Newark. So if you are a transfer student, you may have enrolled in University College Newark or UCN. And the other is the Newark College of Arts and Sciences. And our first year students, you all will have enrolled in NCAS is what we call it. NCAS is actually the oldest college at Rutgers University Newark. And so what that means for you as a student who's entering SASN is that you are enrolling in a school that has a very large alumni base and really strong community ties. And that should be important to you when you're enrolling here at Rutgers University Newark, because those community ties, that alumni base, are resources that you can use and we can use to help you both be successful while you're here, but also help you be successful, make connections, and find support networks once you've graduated and you're pursuing your professional careers or graduate school or another professional school like law school, medical school, etc. And although we are the largest school, undergraduate school here within Rutgers University Newark, we enroll thousands of students. We really do prioritize making sure that your experience here is individualized, meaning that we provide small class sizes. We provide opportunities for you to have one-on-one interactions with faculty, whether that's you assisting them with their research or attending office hours and receiving advisement from them. all of our students are assigned an academic advisor when they enter here. So Dean Falens, Mrs. Syed, and myself are all, we all have caseloads of students who we serve as their primary academic advisor in the School of Arts and Sciences Newark. And then our students also have faculty advisors in the departments where their majors and minors may lie to help guide them through their experience. Our faculty and staff work really closely with our students to provide them research, job, and internship opportunities that really help enhance what you're learning in the classroom and help you figure out is what you're studying, helping you on the path to what your ideal career is, and what are the steps you need to be taking and the experiences you need to be getting to get to the point that you want to be at. So I want to encourage you all that by enrolling in SASN, you are setting yourself up for success. Now, today we're going to be talking about some opportunities for you to pursue within different degree programs and some different routes you can take. So I think it's important for you to understand what a degree from the School of Arts and Sciences Newark entails overall. So we have a few main components that are up on the screen. Our general education requirement is we call the core curriculum. All of our students are required to complete the core curriculum, regardless of, for the most part, regardless of what their major or minor is. There are some exceptions to that rule. For example, students who are coming in with an associate's degree from a New Jersey community college may be waived from that requirement. But for the most part, all of our students will need to complete the core. And that really helps you get a well-rounded set of skills while you're here, a well-rounded college experience. And it sort of helps you explore what different areas you might want to study. I'm sure Mrs. Syed will talk to you a little bit later about what some of the pathways to law school are, but you'll find that there is definitely flexibility in terms of what your major would be, and the core curriculum can help you explore areas you didn't know about before. And then, of course, you have a major. That's what your degree will be in, so every student must declare and complete a major. And then we have what's called a second concentration requirement. And so for students interested in law school, there are some more specific options that you may be more drawn to or excited about. But a second concentration is something like a minor or a double major, where your degree will not just be solely focusing on your major, but you will have other areas to grow and gain expertise in as well. And then we do require a certain GPA and certain number of credits. You don't need to worry about that too much now, but we will be expecting a C or better in all of our students' classes. So that's a 2.0 GPA requirement, and you will need a minimum of 120 credits by the time that you graduate. Don't worry about that now. Again, we'll be able to talk with you a little bit more about that during your orientation, advisement, and registration session, which we call SOAR. So I did want to just give you a brief overview before we talk even more specifically about law opportunities and legal opportunities. We have a wide variety of majors and minors, and you will have flexibility with what you can choose while you're here while pursuing law as a future path of study or your career. And so we split our majors and minors into 3 different areas. We have arts and humanities, which includes philosophy, theater, music, English, history, journalism. One of our minors here, legal studies, right? So we have more of our arts, liberal arts, humanities areas here. Then we have our social sciences, which includes anthropology, psychology, sociology, political science, and all of the minors that come along with our political science department, like global politics and international affairs. We also have youth development and juvenile justice, which is one of our newer minors that combines psychology, social work, and criminal justice coursework. That's really exciting. And then last but not least, we have our STEM areas, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. So there you'll find biology, chemistry, math, physics, computer science. Like Dean Flynn said before, our pre-engineering and our pre-health will fall into that category as well. So now that you have a big picture overview of what the School of Arts and Sciences is all about, what we can provide for you here at Rutgers Newark, let's pass it over to Mrs. Syed, who's going to talk to you specifically about pre-law and how to think legal while you're here at Rutgers Newark.
Thank you so much, Dean Carrion. So I am the pre-law advisor, and as I mentioned before, I work with the PreProfessional Services team. So we operate under the Office of Academic Services. And what we do is we assist students who are thinking about the pre-law path. We offer advisement and we offer support in a lot of different ways. So we're going to go over what are the various ways that we offer that support. And in terms of advisement, what do we do? What do we talk about with a student who is thinking about pre-law? Whether they are an incoming first-year student or they're a junior, they're on the tail end of their undergraduate career. What questions do they have? What things come up? A lot of times it's about how do I make sure that I'm preparing myself for law school? What kind of classes do I need to take? What courses will help me build the skills that I will need for law school? So we offer a lot of advisement. A lot of our discussions are about course selection and what's going to work best for you in helping you, like I said, build the skills that you're going to need for your LSATs and then for law school. And then what are the different law schools that are out there? What are your options? We have a lot of information on that. We love to help get our students connected to admissions officers at different law schools, offer presentations on the different programs that are there. And even within the field of law, it's not just a matter of getting into law school, but what do you want to do within the field of law, right? There's so many different avenues you can go down, whether it's criminal law, family law, immigration, entertainment. So we love to explore and challenge students to think about that as well. The entire application process, right? When a student is applying to law school, we want to be there for you every step of the way. If you want to connect with us, we are here to support you. So any questions you have about the application process, who should I turn to for like letters of recommendation? How do I build up my resume? We are here for that guidance. We also provide a lot of suggestions or refer students to the various activities on campus, the various programs that are out there that will help you build your resume and build up the skills that you'll need for law school, and the just various resources at Rutgers and beyond that will help build up your knowledge of the legal profession and basically how to just be the standout applicant for law school when it comes time for you to apply. We really are advocates for students who are interested in the legal profession. I'm going to keep stressing this. If you connect with our office, we will help you and we will support you. And we want to advocate for our students who want to go into this field. And I think what's really special about our office and our advisors is that it's not just a matter of you getting into law school and you just want to be a lawyer, but we really challenge you to be the best version of yourself, right? How do I make myself a standout applicant? How do I make sure I'm a competitive applicant? One that really just is highlighted when admissions committees are going to be looking at all those applications. So, with that question in mind, with that framework, we can work with you from day one to build out and just build yourself to be the strongest applicant when it comes time for you to apply. Next slide, please. Oh, I think my computer may be a little bit slow. Okay, great. So how does PreProfessional Services advise and support pre-law students? Of course, number one, and it kind of just is covered in the previous slide, it's one-on-one tailored pre-law advisement. That's going to be the best thing for you, of course. As soon as you figure out you do want to go the pre-law path, or even if you just have questions and you're not too sure, we recommend that a student connects with us. One-on-one tailored pre-law advisement would entail, we want to learn about you. We want to learn about your interests, your background, your path. And then with that, we'd be offering guidance that works best for you, because every student's journey to law school is very unique and different. There's no one way to get there. In addition to pre-law advisement, one-on-one, we have a lot of workshops that we offer throughout the fall semester and spring semester. And you see some of these images here are posters of some recent events that we've had for students. Maybe for some of you, if you're recently admitted and you're thinking about the pre-law path, you end up coming here. You would attend the Intro to Pre-Law workshop that would cover basically, if you're thinking about it, again, where do I start? What do I think about? How do I build the relations with the professors that I'll need for recommendation letters when it's time to apply to law school? How do I get myself involved? How do I make sure I'm taking classes that are helping? All of that is covered in a presentation such as that one. In addition to that, we started a new series, Conversations with Professionals, where we connect with lawyers that are relatively recent graduates of law schools, and they provide their perspective on how their law school experience was. What does it mean to be a lawyer? What advice do they have for pre-law students who are in their undergraduate career? And we were really fortunate this year to connect with someone who was a graduate of Rutgers as an undergrad, but then Harvard Law School. And then we also just had a conversation with a graduate of Rutgers Law School and someone who works within the city of Newark. So these are really great connections. We want to, again, get students connected to these individuals and learn from people who are in the field. So this is another really great program that we hope to continue to offer next year as well. And we have so many other kinds of workshops, application workshops, personal statements, addendum. There's just anything that's related to, applying to law school. We really are trying to offer that. So workshops are one way that, we are offering additional support. In addition to that, we have weekly newsletters. If you sign up, if you just give us your email, we will put you on a listserv where we will be sending weekly newsletters with information on all the news affairs related to the legal field. In addition to that, whatever events are being held, not just within our office, but also the various academic departments, right? What's being offered in the criminal justice department, political science, what student organization events are happening. Any internship opportunities we come across, we share in this newsletter. And other involvement opportunities as well, different study abroad opportunities. So that's all in the newsletter. That's another way we connect students with the resources that we have. And if you haven't been on our pre-law advisement website, I definitely encourage you to. There is so much information on there. You can definitely do a lot of the research on your own. And I think, this is a really great place to start to kind of figure out, all right, how do I plan out my pre-law journey over here at Rutgers? So start over there and then connect with us, and we'll hopefully just provide support all along your way. Next slide, please. So one of the really exciting opportunities that we have for first-year students specifically is the legal professions learning community. And it's a way where if you're interested in the legal path, and this is something you're certain that you want, it's a way to take your education, your professional development, and your networking skills to a whole new level. It really is a one-of-a-kind program. So it's basically a cohort model. Your first semester here at Rutgers, you'd be in a course, Intro to Legal Professions. You'd meet once a week, and you'll be with a community of like-minded students who are on this pre-law path. It's a really great way. Every week, you'd be presented with opportunities to learn more about the legal field, participate in various forms of activities that are going to give you information about law schools, the various professions within the field of law. What is law school like? What do I need to do? And it's an opportunity for you to directly engage with a lot of legal professionals. So it gives you like a very direct access, to a lot of our resources. So it's a really just excellent opportunity. If you are a first-year student, I highly recommend that you look into, signing up for this to express your interest. And even for those students, if you're absolutely certain about your path and you want to save time and money, and you find yourself being mature personally and on an academic level, the LPLC is also a way to help you get on track to one of our other excellent programs, the BAJD Accelerated Program, which is offered with Rutgers Law School. And we can get into that in the next slide. So the the BAJD program, it's offered in partnership with the School of Arts and Sciences Newark and the Rutgers Law School. So this is an accelerated program that is meant for a specific kind of student, a highly accomplished student, where you have the opportunity to complete both your Bachelor of Arts or Science and your Juris Doctorate, your JD, in 6 years rather than the customary 7. So the traditional route is that a student completes their undergraduate career in 4 years, and then whenever you do apply to law school and get in, it's a 3-year model, right? This is a program where it's accelerated. So students would be completing their first year of law school courses during their 4th year as an undergraduate. So hence the 6 years as opposed to the 4 years of undergrad and then 3 years of law school. It's a very intense program, so you have to qualify for admission. There are a few requirements that you need to meet. Number one, you have to be a School of Arts and Sciences student. That is required in order for you to apply for this program. You would have to apply to the law school, Rutgers Law School, during your third year of your study, during the fall semester. And you have to be demonstrating superior academic ability and maturity. So with that, you need to meet a minimum of a 3.4 GPA in at least 45 credits taken at Rutgers. So you have to have 45 credits done at Rutgers. So this is just, I just want to highlight that a lot of times transfer students are interested in this program. If you are, I would advise that you connect with the advisor, because there needs to be a certain amount of credits that you have to have completed at Rutgers before you can be accepted into this program. In addition to that, if you want to qualify for this program, you have to complete the degree requirements by the end of your third year. So you have to have your core curriculum done that Dean Carrion was talking about earlier, and you have to have a major declared and all of those requirements done as well. So you need a minimum of 91 credits completed total, with all these courses by the end of your third year. And you need satisfactory performance on the LSAT completed no later than November of your junior year, your third year of undergraduate coursework. And one thing I do want to say about this program is it sounds really exciting, but you'll speak to the deans at Rutgers Law School, and even us as advisors will tell you that this program isn't necessarily meant for everyone. If you are absolutely certain that you want to go to law school and this is a path that you're committed to, then we would encourage you to consider this. But if you're someone who feels that they're not completely sure this is what they want, certainly hit us up for advisements, and we'd be happy to talk one-on-one. But this really is like a program that's it's very intense. It requires a lot. Law school itself is really intense, so you want to make sure that this is a path you want to go down. So it is a really exciting opportunity for those who are committed and serious. Next slide, please. One of the other great things that we offer here is, actually, I'll start by saying that a lot of times students ask, is there a pre-law major? What should I major in? And there's no clear one way, as we talked about, for someone to get into law school. And in most schools, there is no pre-law major. But something great that we do offer is that you might want to consider is pursuing a legal studies minor. It's offered by the Department of History, and similar to our other minors, it's an 18 credit requirement. What's special about this is that it's an interdisciplinary minor. So it's designed to provide students with an introduction to the field of law, but also an introduction to the field of law within various disciplines. So it's meant to prepare you for a law-related graduate program or a career. And there are 2 required courses that you need to take. So you see this list, right, of 3 courses, either American Legal History 1, American Legal History 2, Introduction to American Law. You need to take 2 out of those 3 courses in order to complete the minor. And in addition to that, after you take 2 of those courses, you need to take 4 elective courses, right? There's like a select list of courses that we have that are offered from various departments. As you can see, right, it's saying that you can take no more than 6 credits from one department. And the purpose of that, again, is to expose you to different disciplines. So learning about the field of law within the different areas. So we have courses that would help fulfill this minor either through criminal justice department, history department, philosophy, political science, sociology, writing. And something that's really exciting about this minor is that there are classes that are offered at the School of Law, Rutgers School of Law, that you can take as an undergraduate student that will help you fulfill the requirements for this minor. And you're just going to get exposure to what a law school class looks like. So we really, as pre-law advisors, we're always going to encourage you to look into those courses. Next slide, please. And in addition to all of the advisement that we offer, of course, we want to encourage you to engage with your community. So Rutgers PreLaw Society, it's a vibrant student organization on campus that is another way for you to learn about the field of law, its study, how to apply it, as well as the various career options that are out there. Our office, PreProfessional Services, we advise the PreLaw Society, so we work hand in hand together on just a lot of different programming and events. We oversee them, we advise them, we help support them. And again, this is an organization that is really meant to help cultivate your interest in the field of law. And it's about building community and, again, engaging with like-minded individuals. So they have a lot of different kinds of events. Sometimes, we co-sponsor events together. PreLaw Society on their own, they have general body meetings every couple of weeks. They offer, again, additional resources for LSAT preparation, scholarships for LSAT, mock trial, the very popular mock trial program, lawyer forums. They invite a lot of different kinds of lawyer professionals, and they're, again, sharing with students like what the field of law is and what their advice is, activist corners, and of course, social events, just spending time together, getting to know one another and supporting one another. And this quote at the bottom, I just feel like it does highlight, what the purpose of PreLaw Society is. You're trying to be a united community of students who share similar academic journeys to law school. So really stressing the community aspect of what Rutgers is, what, PreLaw Society is as well. And I believe with that, if you guys have any questions, or Dean Carrion, I'll just hand it over to you, and I look forward to addressing any questions that you guys might have.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Syed, for sharing all that really wonderful information with us. I'm sure the students who are tuned in are now really prepared with questions, but also really excited to pursue some of these pathways when they enroll here in the fall. Before we do dig into questions, which now would be the time to start typing those questions into the chat or Q&A box so that we can answer them. I do want to share with you some information about how to get in contact with us after today, because I'm gonna, go ahead and turn off the presentation so we can all just see your comments and share our faces on the screen while we're answering your questions. So if you do want to connect with us after today, there's a couple different places you can go to. One would be social media. We're really active on Instagram, believe it or not. Our office has an Instagram account. It's at SASN_OAS, because our office is specifically the Office of Academic Services, OAS. So if you follow there, you'll find flyers for events, Instagram stories about upcoming information. That's probably a really quick and easy way for you to stay up to date with us and everything going on. You may even be here because you saw the flyer on Instagram today for this event. Email is also wonderful. We are working remotely and folks are in different locations, so email is always awesome to get a hold of us no matter where we're at. And so for incoming first-year students, SASN_advising@newark.rutgers.edu is the best email account for you to email us at. And for our incoming transfer students, I recommend you email us at trservices@newark.rutgers.edu. And whichever account you do email, we'll always make sure that your question gets to the right person and is answered. And then last but not least, our website. The PreProfessional Services website is linked there. So if you want to look at some of the information about LPLC or PreLaw Society or the Legal Studies minor, a lot of those links can be found on our website. So definitely take a look around, explore, and look at some of the resources we have to offer. I'll give you a moment to screenshot this now before I take it off the screen in case you didn't get to write any of this down. All right, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so that I can look and see what questions we have, and I'll probably be passing a lot of this over to Mrs. Syed to answer the questions that are asked. So someone asked, what is the LSAT score needed for students? That is a great question. Do you want to go ahead and give that one an answer?
Sure, yeah. So I'm not sure if you mean for the specific BAJD program or just law schools in general, but I guess I'll answer from both ends. For the BAJD program specifically, just because that's what we had talked about in the presentation, it is recommended that you do try to like, aim for the range of like 155. And Dean Flens, if you want to, chime in at any point, please feel free. But the 155 range is usually what we advise if you are considering applying for the BAJD program. And I mean, of course, if you aim for higher, that's always better. But if you're just looking for a range to work with, 154, 155. And in general, like what LSAT score do you need? It really depends on also just like what law school you are applying to. Looking at the different programs that are out there, there are resources, and of course, we can get more into that in one-on-one advisement. What's like the average GPA? What's the average LSAT score? That schools are looking for. But of course, anything like 155 or above is considered great. I mean, it's considered good. The higher you get, the higher score you get, it's not only a chance of getting into the school, but also you have like higher likelihood of being provided with some sort of financial aid. Because as we know, law school is not only an investment of time, but also a lot of resources and money. So that's what I would say on that.
Thank you. And you got the Dean Flynn's thumbs up. So I think that he agrees with everything you just said, which is awesome. Any other questions? I have a question as well, but if anyone else has any other questions, please take advantage of the fact that you right now have basically a meeting with Dean Flens and Mrs. Syed to prepare for the fall. So ask any questions you have. Don't be shy. I won't share who it is that's asking the question. But a question that I imagine students would ask, especially our incoming students, is when should they contact you to meet with you? When is too early or too late to do that? Is there a special secret timeline they should be following? What is your recommendation?
Yeah, so with that, I would say the earlier the better. Like I said, you don't even have to fully decide that law school is a path for you, but it's always a good idea to just like run your ideas off someone. And we are pre-law advisors, so we really can help guide you. Ideally, like I said, if you're just like a first year student, you're thinking about it, you're exploring, just connect with us as soon as you get into school. Again, we have so many like workshops and opportunities as well that we might be able to direct you to that can help you get some clarity, right, on figuring out this path. At the same time, though, at any point during your academic career, we are here. It's really just a matter of setting up an appointment. We're always more than happy to meet with you as a student. So even if you are a senior, right, while we may not advise you apply to law school straight right after undergrad, it might be too late at that point. We can certainly still offer advisement, right, on like what's going to help you, or we're going to take a look at like what's going to make you the best possible candidate for whenever it is that you do apply. So bottom line, you can reach out to us whenever. The earlier the better, but we would always love to hear from you.
Thank you. And I think you brought up a great point, is that some folks may just be exploring. They might not know that this is definitively what they want to do for their career or after graduation. So that's super helpful. It looks like we got another question. And it looks like we have a parent in the audience, which is awesome, who said that their student is in high school currently and got into Rutgers University, Newark. So congratulations to your student, and isn't quite sure about law. They're about 50-50. What are some things that students can do, incoming students or current students, to help them make up their mind? I know you mentioned some opportunities we have and pathways we have. Are there any other experiences or opportunities you would recommend these students take advantage of to truly decide whether law is right for them?
Sure. Well, I mean, kind of reiterating back to what I said, I think for someone who is 50-50, you're not sure, meeting with a pre-law advisor is always a good thing. I think we can help sort of provide some insight into what the path entails. And from that, hopefully, you can get some just insight into like, okay, is this something I want to look into? More than that, taking some classes, right, that are related to the field of law or like, that are recommended. We do have, as we mentioned, courses such as Intro to American Law. That might be a place that you want to start. That is this like something I'm interested in? We have courses that are offered in tandem with the law school. Although those are more advanced, again, like I think sitting in those classes and being a part of that is going to give you like direct insight into like, okay, this is what law school is about. Is this something that I can see myself doing? And I think the more you connect with us, right, if you give us your email, you will just be on a weekly newsletter. You'll see so many opportunities come up, a lot of ways that you can figure out, like different events that you can attend that we're hosting and other programs, organizations are hosting. So, you know, from all of that, I think you'll have enough resources out there that can help you either just like figure out, is this something I want to do? Or with that, I mean, is there some other path that I want to go down? So that's what I would say about that. And Dean Flans, please.
And just to piggyback off of that, 4 letters, LPLC. Apply for our pathway program. I can guarantee you now, after going through my class, you're going to know whether or not you want to pursue law or not. So our particular legal professions learning community is designed for individuals who think they know they want, but it's definitely beneficial for individuals who think they're on the fence. And after the class that we teach, you'll truly know whether or not this is the right path for you.
And can you both reiterate for students who would then be interested in applying for LPLC, which is, again, our legal professions learning community, what does that look like? What are next steps for those students?
So next steps, when you're looking to sign up for your registration date, which I hope all of you are doing very soon, and after you've done your placement test and all of that, you'll be able to indicate your area of interest of what you want to do professionally in the future. So there'll be an indicator for pre-health, pre-law, pre-pharmacy, so forth and so on. You can easily just check off pre-law. The requirement for placement testing is at the very minimum placing into English 101, which is our first year level English. If you've tested into that, I will be sending out emails. So every Friday, starting this Friday, I plan on sending out emails with the application for individuals who have qualified. So you should see it. If not, you can always reach out to us and then we can send you the application information.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. I know we have a little bit of time left. I saw some folks join us actually during the Q&A. So for those folks, if you have questions, anything that we may have covered in the presentation that you might have missed or you're really hoping to find out, please feel free to put that in the chat or Q&A box. But I'm going to go ahead and actually end the recording. So folks who are watching us later on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and say bye-bye to you all for now. So let me go ahead and stop that recording.